dollars or euros after having an agreement with them. The requirement at the moment is that I only have to present that agreement to the bank to receive that money. Let's say it's called I&M Energy. It wants to do solar energy and it has hired me as a consultant and I'm in Uganda, prefers to send me 650,000 euros for that purpose of consultancy, groundbreaking, etc. Does that mean at the moment, and these are the questions we are going to pose to our colleagues, does that mean that in this instance, therefore, I have to go and seek a clearance from the Minister of Internal Affairs? In any case, assuming there are 6,000 transactions of that magnitude at a weekly basis, how will a single minister or a single ministry handle the clearances of all those funds? I think it will be a huge challenge. I think we have to use mathematical data in challenging these people by putting it forward that, yes, you want this bill and it's for protection of sovereignty, but governments do audit political parties and their actors. And for the NGOs, you have the law that licenses, you can license or revoke a license of a non-government organization at any time as government, as you so wish. Is there any requirement for this law? Is it the much needed law to help you clamp on this? And the answer will be no. In any case, the very law is talking about funding that goes to a minimum of 400 million. Will it stop people who are sending 50 euros, 100 euros from the diaspora to support their political partners? For example, someone has, let's say, the office of Ecological Party or of NUP or of DP or of FDC in Kayunga or PPP, has, let's say, a celebration, provided they are organizing a football tournament, and all they need is $200. And you have 20 people in the diaspora, each of them sending $10 to 10 people. Will this law really be a biting law, or it will be rendered redundant? Because you're talking about a limit of 400 million shillings. I don't know anyone in the diaspora who single-handedly has sent 100,000 euros to a political organization. And in any case, they wouldn't be stupid to do that. If they wanted to do so in any case, they would break it down and say, we are 30 people, we can send this money to another 50 people, and we can send it in bits and weeks. Therefore, I think it requires a lot of not only emotional intelligence, but also data-based analysis to help the people who are framing this law, to show them that it will be so much detrimental to the ordinary person, and it will create a new window of corruption for those that have been, in charge of authorizing the receiving and outflow of money. In any case, you have what we call the Financial Intelligence Authority in Uganda. The FIA can block any form of money that is transferred to Uganda at any time. You don't need this law if you have the Financial Intelligence Authority, which is authorized under the law. And under all money laundering acts in the world, they consult the FIA in Uganda. If it red flags, even if it's 10 shillings entering on your account or your mobile money, the government of Uganda, single-handedly through the FIA, the Financial Intelligence Authority, can block your accounts and require you to appear for investigations if it thinks the money has not come in good order. So I think if the government feels that it will not fund political activities, then political parties must look elsewhere. For example, if I have an alliance with the Greens and I'm in the Ecological Party, and it's within the desire for the Greens to say that promote clean environment in Uganda, and they are saying, amongst all others in our agenda, is to send you, let's say, 300,000 euros to support tree planting and conservation as part of our agenda. Do I really need to go to the Minister of Internal Affairs? If so, of what benefit is that? What agenda, what detriment agenda are they moving? Because these ones are thinking about things like treasonous acts, funding war. Of course, Trump was very reckless recently when he said they sent money and weapons to demonstrators in Iran. But it's known intelligence organizations will do that. Do they need most of them don't need to go through organizations. They go through their embassies. They have different operatives and money will find its way into certain countries if they so wish. The CIA has done this time and again. So I think this law is going to be redundant. It is a huge deterrence to investment because it talks about investment. And for me, that is where, if you want FDI, foreign direct investments, where people would like to partner with Ugandans, whether Ugandans living in foreign lands or Ugandans that are living in Uganda, to either exchange knowledge or even exchange money to start investments in Uganda. Finally, if this law becomes a threat to what 90% Ugandans do is remittance of money at home to support families, which has been one of the biggest, which would call one of the best and biggest sources of what has grown our GDP. How has it come in? Most of the revenue and the money we've taxed that is coming in is from Ugandans that are living abroad, that are sending it to support their families. It is in trillions of Ugandan shillings. If it becomes a deterrent, this is a government you're seeing shooting itself in the foot. Is it because of the comfort that oil production is going to start, that they do not care about remittances of Ugandans that are living abroad? I don't think this will be a wise. If we create a sound argument based on such facts, I know we'll convince many that are in this parliament, because ours is a parliament that is transitioning. There's someone trying to insist call. In any case, why don't they leave this to the parliament that is coming in, to the incoming parliament? Why are they trying to rush this bill? Because there is no need. Give it time, make further consultations. Uganda is not closing tomorrow. And we can move the way we want to move. But I think this is a government that wants to see itself policing every single note and money that is coming through the country. And in any case, money comes electronically. And all the laws, including the Act of BOU, the Electronic Money Transfer Act and ETC and Systems Payment Act, authorizes government to block money. So if you have suspicion that this money is to cause havoc, please go and block it, then move to court with the individuals that are there. But there are people that are doing forex trading. If I'm doing forex trading, probably I move in with about $10,000. I'm in Uganda, but I'm trading on a platform that is not based in Uganda. Probably, I'll give you an example like XNet. So XNet is based wherever it is. I'm trading in the Japanese market. So I hit and come up, let's say, with $100,000, and this is electronic trade, and it has to be settled onto my account in Uganda. Do I necessarily go? Do I need to go and seek authorization from the minister in charge of internal affairs for me to settle this payment? So these are questions that should be put to most of the legislators that probably are not alive to the economic transformation that is based in the advancement of technology.
Can I ask
some
something?
of them don't understand. Yes, Dr. Nico, go ahead.
Yes, Honorable Nsereko, thank you so much for coming here on this platform with a lot of your enemies. And I think I read that you are the creator of the Computer Misuse Act. Is that right?
The amendment. The act is there. The parent act is there. Yes, absolutely.
Yes, exactly. So I am very surprised that you are against an act that is increasing the power of Museveni, while you yourself amended a law, brought it to Parliament, that was equally bad for Ugandans. Take Kakwenza, who was tortured and arrested under that law. So many Ugandans, at this moment, TikTokers, are being tortured based on the law that you submitted to the parliament. So I'm very surprised that you are opposing this law. Maybe you're a little bit jealous, but in retrospect, may I ask about the Computer Misuse Act that has now been regarded unconstitutional? Isn't the High Court of Uganda right that that law was simply unconstitutional?
Well, the findings of the court, if you've read them as regards the same, of course, I appreciate your views. I don't know, starting from what we've been talking about, I mean, where would the jealousy come from about my country? Talking about the protection of sovereignty bill, or because there are very many bills where I've opposed government, actually very, very many. And those where I've found it important that it is very necessary for the protection of our countrymen to live in a harmonious way. Of course, there are very many challenges. Different countries have different cultures. And you pose a question of the Computer Misuse Amendment Act. And what did I propose? I proposed things to do with hate speech. I proposed matters to do with incitement of using verbal violence
but look at that hate speech. It's only used against opposition supporters.
Do not worry. Listen to me, because at least you posed the question, and I deserve to tell you this. I know you have a law there, and the EU Parliament passed it, against hate speech against the Jews. You know about it?
Yes, but of course the big difference is that in Europe we have independent courts.
I'm just asking you. I find it not fair.
No, but I agree with provisions on hate speech. But you know very well, Honorable Nsereko, that in Uganda we have Museveni courts. And the Museveni courts will only go after hate speech against the dictator.
By the way, that is not true. That only
please give an example of someone that tried to insult Chigolani. Right? Chigolani has been severely insulted. Has ever someone been brought to court for insulting Chigolani?
Dr. Nico, can I give you my views? Thank you very much. If anyone has insulted Chagulani, like everyone has insulted me, no one has ever been brought to court because they insulted me. But there are very many people that have insulted me or other people. You understand? But that doesn't make the law mute. If I wanted to do so, I would come up with what they call a private prosecution. I've seen people like, even those members of the NUP, like a lady called Juliet Zawede, a known funder. When her mother was insulted by one NRM cadre called, this gentleman is from Busoga, if some people can remind me his name, on Facebook, he insulted the mom of Juliet Zawede, who is a known founder of the NUP and the opposition, that the mother had, Kibedi. And she successfully prosecuted Kibedi using the law. So, yes, the media has been caught awash with prominent cases, but I think the law in itself had created a lot of sanity, and people were willing to discuss matters that even if they were disagreeing, they were not seemingly abusive. I would like to tell you one thing about our culture, and probably it might differ from the European culture. We do not believe a lot in abusive language that is carried by people either mated on two families of people or by attacking people based on their tribes. Yes, are there those that do it even when they're in government? I absolutely agree with you. The fact that they are not brought to book does not mean that those cases will be buried. After they leave power, they can be charged by those, they can be charged with those cases. And I can tell you very many people in government have been tribalistic, they have been sectarian, and the law doesn't protect them. They can use the tools of the justice system now to protect them. But in future, they'll be brought to book using the same law. For example, if you commit murder today, you can walk away with it. But later, when the tools are not on your side, you'll definitely be charged. So the law, the amendment in the law was a creature in trying to bring out sanity amongst Ugandans that were not only using social media, but we also talked about hacking. And in the era of artificial intelligence, you've already seen, and many people realize at the moment that someone can use AI to produce another Dr. Nico, seemingly in a hotel room, sleeping with someone. Here, people are very sentimental because it's so cultural. Family ties are so, create a lot of attachment. So if you stop that, and people cannot be sanctioned by the law, then they will go by the law of the jungle. They'll start beating around everyone and then. Therefore, in my opinion, the courts relied on absence of quorum. They did not say that the law is bad in its own totality. They said that the quorum was not there. And what I hear is that the government in the next parliament is presenting a full law on the cycle to accommodate those clauses, and they'll pass it with a fully formed quorum. But if you say that was the law that was being used, even those that were charged, that are being charged, could be charged using other laws like incitement of violence, etc. And the same laws would act upon them. If government has used it and has misused it on certain individuals, that's definitely absurd. Like it has misused very many other laws, but that doesn't stop the law from being very, very good.
Well, for example, it is ridiculous that someone has been convicted for saying that Janet Museveni is dead. I think I have the liberty to say Janet Museveni is dead. I'm even happy about it to say that. But it is ridiculous that it is forbidden to say Janet Museveni is dead. We don't know whether she is dead.
Dr. Nico, you know of that conviction? Do you know anybody that has been convicted or someone has been remanded? Because it's two different things.
That is the same thing, right?
It's not
the same thing. He is behind bars and he is being tortured. And he is accused under that law. And of course they remand him.
Let's get this. Let's get this well. There's a gentleman called Mukose. There's a gentleman called Mukose who clearly came out and stated that Janet Museveni is dead, which is not true.
One, you know?
But he's not a relative. At least he's not a relative of her.
No, seriously, how do you know that Janet Museveni is alive?
But Dr. Nico, let's go slowly, probably. One,
I like to go fast.
Okay, that's fine. The gentleman is not a relative of Janet Museveni. We might differ politically, but I have no right, at least under our law, to misinform the public with authority that you're either unalived or you are alive. That is not my responsibility. There are very many things you can report on that can grow a nation rather than stating that someone is dead or alive. In my opinion, I think that is bad manners. If he's tortured,
speculating is okay, right? We don't know.
I want to be clear. If it is torture, that is wrong. No one should be tortured. But if you say he was arraigned in court, then that means the due process of following the law has now been accorded to him. He was presented and arraigned in court and has been remanded.
But Honorable, there is no due process. Just yesterday, the wife of the bodyguard of Bobby Wine was arraigned in court and was remanded. There is no justice in Uganda.
Come again? What did you say?
The wife of the bodyguard of Bobby Wine yesterday, after being incommunicado for a month, was arraigned in court and remanded.
I don't know about this. I don't know about this.
But that, Honorable, is how the courts in Uganda are used. They are abused.
Dr. Nico, if that has happened, that is wrong. As a lawyer, I condemn that.
Yes.
I condemn that you don't hold someone beyond 72 hours and you present them. And if there is any lawyer that represents those people, if they so wish, they can plead that the rights of the accused have been violated.
Mm-hmm. Can I also ask another question? Dius, is that okay? I would like to ask another question to the Honorable.
Yeah, you can ask one more question, please.
Yes,
If I bring
because
in Dr. Patricia.
Honorable, you are a friend of Mohamed Segerinya and me. I also got to know Mohamed Segerinya 2 years ago when he came to Amsterdam as an MP. Again, he was locked up without due process, innocent, tortured, and he told me himself that he was tortured. So my first question to you is, do you know how severely Mohamed Segerinya is tortured? And you, as a friend, shouldn't you have stood up for him? A colleague MP. His balls were pinched with needles. That is what he told me. And he also told the same thing to a Dutch journalists. And I expect other MPs to stand by him, but instead he was just left alone in prison and later he died. And then the other thing is that you then had the guts to accuse the National Unity Platform of not helping him, which was a very hypocritical thing to do, because the parliament is supposed to cover health costs for MPs, including for Segerinya. That is my question.
Okay, thank you very much. Dr. Nico, since you're a member of the National Unity Platform in the diaspora, let me make this clear. Before you saw and met Segerinya, I sponsored Segerinya, the late Segerinya, to be a counselor. I paid his school dues for him to even have that level of education to qualify to be what he is. Do I deny that the late Segerinya was my friend? Not at all. In matters where things were going wrong, he confided in me a lot of stuff. Did I go to visit him and Honorable Sewanyana in prison? Very many times, and you can check the record. So there is a lot they spoke to me that I'm not at liberty to speak. Probably it might not be exciting to the political party.
But I think you're entitled to tell if he reported to you.
In future, I'll put it in my book, probably in my memoirs. Was Honorable Segerinya tortured in prison? He did not tell me about this. Did Honorable Segerinya had personal health ailments? Yes, he did. He did have them. Did the imprisonment of Segerinya and remand for a long time exacerbate his diseases? Yes, it did, because it created mental stress on him. That is one. But also, I can tell you he lost hope because he thought he had lost many friends. Let's talk about his release.
So, sorry to interrupt, but you heard the recording of him testifying that he was tortured, right? Do you think it's credible, or do you think he was lying?
Let's go slowly. I leave it to the deceased. You know, I know what can be said by a politician. I know Dr. Nico. I know there are very many Ugandans that come, some of them when they are seeking asylum. I don't want to say about this because I'm a lawyer, that come up with different stories, and you know that. And I know that.
You know that he even asked me to take a picture of his genitals because it upset him so much. So, and I definitely think, Your Honorable, that he wants the world to know what happened to him. And the reason why he didn't tell you yet, I think he was afraid.
No, that's okay. But Dr. Nico, I also know that, you know, the medication he was taking while he was there.
Yes.
Had nothing to do with torture. He had a lot of acute problems with his liver. I know you know that absolutely very well. And his lungs. So his respiratory system was broken down and he had acute infections. The same is in his medical report in Nairobi. So it's privy, but since the guy is deceased, I think it's important to let the guy rest the way he has to rest, because there are very many things that could have caused his death or could have quickened
maybe
His ailment.
Honorable
Lekamalo,
just a minute. Okay, you
But,
can finish.
Honorable,
and
you
I will come
remember
into-
the slogan of Mr. Update. And if I recall correctly, it was keep fighting.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so him being deceased does not mean we stop fighting, Honorable. We
No,
keep
no, no,
fighting.
no, no. No one has stopped you from fighting, Dr. Nico.
No, but
and
he
let
even wants to keep fighting, and he is doing that. And I want to thank him for his legacy.
Absolutely. And I've seen people lose people, and people use the same slogan. I will not do the same. When we were handling the matter of the late Segirinya, someone said that I accused the NUP. I actually did not have any accusations against the NUP. If you saw what I spoke in Parliament, I said they should increase his funding so that his bills are met.
Well, let me be precise.
However-
Sorry to interrupt you.
however,
Actually, you
just a second,
secretly
Dr. Nico.
recorded
The
a call with
spokesperson- I did
Sigarinya
not.
without his permission.
No. We were on a live stream like this. I didn't record him. I'm sorry. You got it wrongly. We were on a live stream and he said, let's go on a live stream. It was him who said it. So I hope
Surely
that's
someone
clear.
in the comments can comment on that.
No, I don't need someone. I don't need someone to comment on that because the live stream is still there. I didn't record him.
I can come in a
there were
bit.
other
I can
people.
come in a bit to. I can come in a bit to moderate and ask a question because
There were other people.
the story of
Naye saagala
Yeah.
omwami ono abule. Just njagala muwe the facts as they are because he's a member of a political party. And at least
I would like to.
I want
Honorable.
to have him get to the bottom of that. Then
Yeah, Honorable Seko, just a moment. I would like to come in and I want to get a clear understanding between what Dr. Nico is asking and what you're answering. Because it is sad when we talk about the situation of Honorable Segirinya, it is very sad. By that time, I had just joined TikTok and I found a live stream where Honorable Sedeko was hosting Honorable Segirinya, a
Thank
member
you.
of Parliament,
Thank
who
you.
was asking for help. But what Dr. Nico is asking too, okay, just a moment, because TikTok is telling me to confirm.
you've been there for so long. Yeah. Okay.
What I want to ask, I will not differ so much from what Dr. Nico has said, but I will just put something right here because I had just joined TikTok and I found a live stream of Honorable Segirinya asking for help. He was crying, saying, Muganda wange munyambe, Honorable Afulumye. Those were his words.
Translate
Dr.
for
Nico,
the
they
guest
missed
so
it.
that he understands.
Please, I need help and kindly help me. But what I'm picking from Dr. Nico's words is that why would a member of parliament,
No.
this might not stop
Don't
with
speak
Honorable,
that
this
because Dias, Dr. Nico is here to speak for himself. So don't interpret.
Yeah.
Tell
Okay,
him.
I will
tell
speak
him
for myself.
exactly.
Let me
Just
speak
a second.
for let me speak for
Tell
myself.
him what exactly he found. What exactly happened?
Yeah,
In
because
English.
I found him on your live studio, and you people were trying to solicit money.
No. Go back. What did Segirinya say on my live stream?
No, he said, I'm dying. He was in total pain and he needed help to help him. But the question here is, why would a member of parliament come out to ask for medical help, finance, from maybe a person like you or another Ugandan, or come even on a live stream, a member of parliament? Because we would think, like what Dr. Nico said, that he's a member of parliament who should be sponsored and paid off all his bills by the government. Why did Honorable Segirinya not get this help needed to save him? That's the thing I would ask from you, Honorable Segirinya.
I think you don't need to ask that from me. You probably needed to ask it from the left because it was he asking help from me. before you were there, he was a counselor. He asked help from me. Probably you didn't know him.
Okay, so let me say something about it, Honorable. At this moment,
why don't you just
I can
let
say
me
that our friend, I call him Hero, Mr. Update, was sick, and he was also very confused. He was looking for help, and he was just trying to get help any place that he could get it. And I find it sad that the government of Uganda took advantage, abused that situation. Because Honorable Sigirinya, he loved Bobby Wine. But instead, what he was saying was used against the National Unity Platform and against Bobby Wine. And I know that Sigirinya was very unhappy about it. And let's face it, we also know that there were some things that we don't know exactly what happened, right? There were some reasons that in Luganda, Sigirinya was never willing to talk about the torture that he endured because he was afraid. It is very clear there was blackmail against him. He couldn't always speak what he wanted to speak. And I don't know why it was me that he told me for the first time, and that journalist, that he had been tortured. Because in Luganda, he was never able to tell that story, but it bothered him a lot. It bothered him a lot. That was clear. That's why he was asking me to take that picture. And can you imagine a grown-up man lifting his dress and saying, "Please make a picture," right? It's a very funny situation. But I didn't expect that 1 year later he would be dying. That was very
Dr. Nico,
yes.
Dr. Nico, if we would quote the deputy spokesperson of the NUP said Sigirinya was lying, that he was not sick. That's what he said.
I mean, you and me, we have both heard the diagnosis. So he was sick, period.
Yeah,
he was sick,
you're
right?
And
he was also tortured.
What I'm saying are facts.
And look, I don't want to talk about Alex Waiswa, because Alex Waiswa has been in jail for over 6 months, accused of a drilling that he didn't attend. So I don't find it appropriate to bring him up.
He said, and the video is there, that Sigirinya was never sick. He was playing drama, that he was playing drama to make a comeback to the people, that he knows how he plays his dirty tricks. This wasn't me. It wasn't you, Dr. Nico. This was this gentleman.
Yes, and it was resolved. Yes.
What was resolved?
It was resolved because all of us are a member of the same party. All of us have been locked up.
What was resolved?
I think Mufumbi
just a second.
came out.
He was apologizing for what he said later. Okay? But
he
that
came out and apologized.
did that take away the issue that he was speaking for on behalf of the NUP, that was Sigirinya was lying? Wasn't he the deputy spokesperson of the party? He said,
but he wasn't speaking on behalf of the National Unity Platform, because you've never heard Bobby Wine utter those words.
I'll give Dr. Nico.
This guy came on video and he said, "I'm here to speak as the deputy spokesperson of the party." The video is still there. And he said, "I know, Sigirinya, you're lying. You're not sick. You're forging every medical report. You left Uganda walking. You couldn't have gotten into a wheelchair." That was his view. So why would you, Dr. Nico, expect, even when we say government was wrong, after the deputy spokesperson of the party where this gentleman belongs has said that he was lying, and then you want to say that the government neglected him? So who is to blame?
I will give Dr. Nico one more chance to ask another question to Honorable Seleko. Now, the people in the comment section,
please don't worry about them. Do not worry about them.
No, they need to be
No,
respectful
Dias,
because
leave
this is a
them.
respectful
No,
life.
Dias, leave
I
them.
want us to.
There are 8 people. If I posed a question here and said, how many of you agree with our discussion, type the word yes, you realize that there are more other people that are willing to listen other than the 8 that are typing continuously.
Honorable Sideko, this platform is a respectable platform, and I want us to have a mature discussion.
I mean,
because Honorable,
I think
because Dr. Nico is
I think it's
respectful.
okay.
you can see that there are those that are enjoying the discussion and they are typing
So,
yes.
Chairman
There
Lubega,
are 7 people
kindly
that
allow me to react.
are insulting. Do not make the discussion bad.
Kindly allow me to
Okay.
react to Honorable Nsereko. Honorable Nsereko.
You can react to his submission. Yeah.
You know, Honorable Nsereko, we are in a dictatorship. The National Unity Platform, however, is a democratic party. We are allowed to have disagreements. We are allowed to say that we think someone is lying without consequences. But when you say the same thing in the NRM,
Dr.
a
Nico,
drone will come
Dr. Nico,
and you
just
will
sorry,
be tortured
I didn't
and
hear.
you will be picked up.
Dr.
I can
Nico,
also say that I
sorry,
don't
Dr.
agree
Nico, I
with,
didn't hear
Bobby
properly.
Wine. No, but I think this is very important, Honorable Nsereko, because you, and read the comments please, you are considered to be NRM light. You call yourself opposition, but you are not. You are simply executing the interest of the dictatorship. Everybody in Uganda knows that very well. That is the reason why you submitted that Computer Misuse Act, right? So, the party that you support, the NRM, is responsible for torture. Those are the real crimes, right? If Alex Waiswa did anything illegal, then let him be arrested for that. But he is not. He is being arrested for illegal drilling on a day that he wasn't even present. And I want to make very clear, I love Alex Waiswa because just like me, he tells it like it is. That doesn't mean that he is always right.
So
we know now that Segrinya has died.
You're ranting instead of making your point.
Disrespect.
You say
so. I don't allow you, Honorable Nsereko, to abuse Alex Waiswa to make a point against Honorable Segrinya. Both are heroes for me.
Please,
Mohamed Segrinya and
you
Alex
finish
Waiswa.
your submission. You said that you as an individual, are you speaking as a Ugandan or someone who supports Ugandans abroad? Because
I want to be Ugandan, but I don't know if with the sovereignty bill I'll be allowed.
So, one thing you must understand in one way or another, we thank you for having emotional support for Ugandans, wherever you are, just like any other people. But I think you must respect the sovereignty of our nation and what we believe in. Do I believe that there are those people that are here that have contrary view to what I say? Yes, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. So do I also believe that there are those that agree with me? Yes, absolutely. There are very many that agree with me.
Honorable Nsereko, there was a reason that you withdrew from the Kampala Central race because you knew you wouldn't stand a chance against David Louis Mongoya.
You have to go quiet when someone else is
Dr. Nico, first give him a chance to submit on what you
understand.
He wants to give his side, and then you will ask him one more.
I'm not here for you to lecture me. I'm here to listen to you and I respond.
Before we give one.
So you said...
You can respond to what he said.
Absolutely. Dr. Nico says people have been rounded up for illegal drilling. Yes, I absolutely accept. Are there many people in Uganda that have been rounded up? For you to try to label me and say, oh, you're NRM. No, I'm the president of the Ecological Party. I hope that gets into your mind and sinks in very well. For me, merely not supporting Bobby Wine does not mean that I do not belong to those that oppose government. I oppose it differently. You're a member of the National Unity Platform, who is on their platform that is in the Netherlands. you have the right to speak and rant in such a way because you have to give a pass to your party. What I put forward were facts. Did Alex Waiswa Mufumbira say that Segirinya was pretending? The answer is yes. Is he the deputy spokesperson of the party? The answer is yes. You've not denounced that, and you're here telling me that Alex Waiswa Mufumbira was picked up. It's a known fact. But equally, I have a friend like Sauda Madada who I represent with instructions from her, who was picked up for illegal drilling. And I have to represent her as a lawyer in the courts of law to see that she's granted bail or that she's freed. Did I vote for her? Yes, I voted for her. Did she stand as independent? Absolutely yes. Do you have the right to belong to any political party? You have all the right, Mr. Nico, to support any candidate in Uganda, regardless of the fact that your vote doesn't matter in this country because you do not actually vote, but you have a voice.
No, no one has a vote in Uganda.
You don't have a vote. In any case, you don't. Whether mine is remotely there or not there, I don't look at you put down my country in that name because I don't do it to your country, Netherlands. In as much as I have very many disagreements with the Dutch people and their support for Israel, and they are being supportive of a genocide in Gaza, and they are being sending arms and being used to send arms. They are used in manufacturing of drones that are killing people, including bombs. But I do not attack your country as such, as a country of killers, or those that are aiding and abetting a genocide in Gaza. And this you know. You're a Dutch citizen.
Because we agree on that. There's a genocide taking place in Gaza. And you know what is said? Those arms are first used against Palestinians, and then they are sent to Uganda to be used by Muhoozi against Ugandans. And it's being perpetrated by your own country and your own government. Aren't you ashamed of that as well? It is. You know, it's very sad that my government even supports genocidal regimes, the one in Israel and the one in Uganda.
Yes, there you go. So before you even attend to what's happening in Uganda, first attend to what's happening in your government. Try to stand. Have the spine to stand in your own country and tell them that now I'm standing against you.
Important difference.
No, you have the chance to change what happens in your country before you think you can change what happens in my country.
2 weeks ago, I voted, and my vote counted.
Do stand up.
Members, we go back to
that everyone will step forward just because he has a white color and try to impose supremacy and superiority of the brain over us Africans is over. I can tell you, you have a lot to change in your own country, whether it's local governance policies, whether it's policies on healthcare, whether it's about transport, whether it's about Israel. So do it the same way. Stand and acquire power in your own country and influence the decisions in Uganda.
Well, first of all, Honorable, I will choose the things I fight for. Chairman Lubega, I really appreciate it that the Honorable was talking about the fact that white people need to take a step back, because I agree with him, right? Africa is suffering under neo-colonialism. The thing is that your master, Museveni, is a puppet.
No, you're colonizers. Whatever you're doing by your actions now, you're exposing your neo-colonialism. You think you have the moral rights to stand in another country.
Honorable.
No, I don't mind the comments because very many of my African people, I can ask how many Ugandans agree with me to type yes.
And I'm telling you, Honorable,
the Ugandans,
if I would run against you in Kampala, I would defeat you.
Just a second, the Ugandans that agree with me that the arrogance of Dr. Nico and the white supremacists to think they can influence policy in Africa is long gone. Type the word yes. There are very many. Why do you think everyone here is supportive of you? There are those that agree with you. There are those that agree with me. And you're arrogant to think that you said you can come and stand in Kampala. Please, you're welcome.
Yes, please, how many votes did your party have in the elections?
No, you see, that's not the issue, my brother. That's not the issue. The votes that my party had is not the chest thumping for you. And that is why you're justifying the Sovereignty, the Protection of Sovereignty Act. Because of your arrogance, you think you can come and impose on Ugandans what you wish for. Ugandans, we have a reservation. For example,
let us go back to the
Dr.
discussion.
Nico, we have a reservation about gay people in Uganda. You do not have that, but we respect you. Do not tell us how we will run our nation. You have all the chance.
You mean Museveni and his family?
We are
part
Ugandans.
of that group.
No, the
You
arrogance.
are colonizing
it
Uganda,
is fine, but
Honorable.
the arrogance for you to think that it's the same wave
People
of
power,
colonialism,
our power.
where a white man will come and just state something and tell us what to do. I can tell you is wrong. Over my brain, not in my brain. Please.
One
Mobilize
last
a few
question from Dr.
white
Nico
people there
to
and tell them to
Honorable
stop
Mohamed Sedeko
throwing bombs
before I bring
in
in more
Israel
people.
and committing genocide, whatever they are committing, and even racially segregating African and black people. Do you know what you did in Suriname? I'm telling you your own history. No, this man is a
let us come back to the
Listen,
basis
Dias,
of Uganda. Let us
abazungu
come
bano
back
bwe bunta abagambe bajja kulowooza nti buli muddugavu alina low IQ. Do you know what you did in Suriname? Do you know how many people you guys from the Dutch East India Company and West India Company did to humiliate, annihilate, steal, use them in slavery? Do you know the ships and the shipping industry that built your country was based on the blood of the slaves?
I agree.
Honorable Sedeko, let us come back to the discussion.
Well, let's
So
Honorable
he has
continue.
no
I
right.
like what you're saying.
Dr. Nico,
Let us discuss
listen,
Uganda. Let us discuss Uganda.
I will discuss his country as well if he discusses mine. Why do you think he has the moral right to discuss my country and I cannot discuss his? You think we are beggars from his country?
Yeah, we can discuss my country. I agree with most what Honorable is saying. But the nice thing, Honorable,
do you
at
agree?
least my
Do
country
you
is
agree that the
democratic.
wealth you talk about in your country was done by slaves who were moved from Africa and others? All the money that you perpetrated in the 1800s, the shipbuilding industry that you used to thrive up to date, were from the slaves in Suriname? Why don't you change this? Why did your country not vote in the recent General Assembly in the UN that slavery was the most heinous crime that was committed when your country was the transport of all slaves?
I agree, Honorable.
So,
it's because of the Israeli lobby.
Before you think about Uganda, try to change your country.
But Honorable, you're trying to create a false
one more
sense
last
of conflict.
question.
I'm not.
We agree on this.
I'm not. You, in your country, which party do you belong to?
So I have
No, you
voted for
belong
the
to a party in my
anti-racism
country.
party.
In your country, what party do you belong to?
So I have voted for the anti-racism party.
What party? What is the name of your party? You're a leader in a party in Uganda where you're not a citizen. In your country, are you a leader of any political party?
No.
Why? You're much more interested in Uganda than your country.
Yes, I find Uganda very interesting, Honorable.
I find that silly.
Yeah,
and I don't think any sensible Ugandan will fall for that.
You know, I find Uganda so interesting that
you find Uganda, your heart.
In a country.
No. Let me tell you, we will never again. For us that went
But
through,
Honorable, are you aware that I have a Ugandan baby? So I think I have the right to say something about Uganda.
listen, you have a Ugandan baby, you have the right, absolutely. No one says you don't have the right. But I'm telling you that Ugandan baby is still Dutch as well. Do you understand that? So,
yes.
So just ask a second. Don't you think that it's also important that you protect that Ugandan baby's rights in the Dutch land?
Honorable Sedeko and Dr. Nico, now a moment, please. The discussion has gone wild.
He went
now
high.
Listen to me.
If he wants to go that
Dr.
way,
Nico,
we go low.
Dr. Nico,
If he wants to go high,
Dr. Nico has Dr. Nico has a Ugandan baby. And this is where we come back to the sovereignty protection bill.
Yes.
Where I want to ask you, Honorable Nsereko, are the kids born outside Uganda losing their citizenship according to the sovereignty bill?
Okay, let me teach you. The sovereignty
will
bill.
Will they be able to register for citizenship?
Let me make this clear for you, Dias. The sovereignty bill does not talk about citizenship of people. The Citizenship and Immigration Control Act talks about how you become a citizen under the Constitution of Uganda. You can become a citizen of Uganda by descent when one of your parents, even if he gives birth to you outside Uganda, is a citizen of Uganda. That you clearly understand. If one of your parents is a citizen of Uganda, you become a citizen of Uganda by descent. Therefore, how do you perfect your citizenship? Does Uganda now accept dual citizenship or dual nationality? The answer is yes. So, in the case of the child of Dr. Nico, they would have to apply for becoming a Ugandan citizen by descent. So, they will be accepted. That is a given. It is a command of the Constitution. So, if that child is from a Ugandan citizen, this protection of sovereignty talks much more about funding, not about citizenship, because you're talking about companies.
And Honorable Nsereko, I have a question for you. Because to acquire that citizenship, I have to go to the Ugandan embassy in Brussels. But you may have heard that I have been beaten by the assistant of Miriam Blaak, the ambassador, and the ambassador hates me. So I have a bit of a problem of requesting citizenship for my child.
What happened to you? What happened to you? I didn't.
So on 30 August, the embassy was having an event in Amsterdam to promote electronic visa and also the new ID system. And I was there and I was live, and then Titus Ruga grabbed first the camera from my hand, and then later he came back to beat me like this. And then in Luganda, so Titus Ruga is not very intelligent because he stole my camera, but he forgot to end the TikTok live. And then on that TikTok live, he threatened to stab me with a knife. So those people have to give the nationality to my child.
Sorry about what happened, but if that's what happened, the way you're narrating it, it's not right. But I can also say we need to hear from their side, because if you stepped into the embassy of Uganda, it's the sovereign land of Uganda on your side.
It was in a park. And Ambassador Miriam Blaak has promised an investigation, and that was 9 months ago. And that investigation, of course, like any Ugandan investigation, never yielded results.
You had gone to claim for your child's citizenship of Uganda, right?
Not yet. No, not yet. I was just there meeting friends.
Meeting friends at the embassy?
No, the embassy came to Netherlands in a park. They had built a tent. And in that tent, they were helping Ugandans with all kind of things, and tourists that wanted to go to Uganda. So it was like a barbecue kind of event.
Okay, that was
your
social gathering. I think the laws of the land should take precedence.
Yes, and because Titus Ruga is a diplomat, he claimed diplomatic impunity. Right, okay. And so now we get to another subject, that the Ugandan ambassadors wherever in the world are enormously corrupt. They steal money and they even beat.
No. Let's go one by one before you start on that. You say he claimed diplomatic immunity.
Yes.
So I don't know about that until he's here. I don't want you to make allegations when the other party is not here. If it happened, it's very unfortunate. It should not happen to you, because you're a free citizen of your country and you're hosting Ugandans in your country. It should not happen. I call upon our diplomats to behave in a better manner in future, even when they are provoked by certain individuals. I hope that settles your case now.
Yes, thank you. I
Okay,
will.
gentlemen,
By the way, I will share the video with you.
What else did you say?
No, that's it.
You are talking about corruption in the embassy?
Okay, yeah. So we know that many embassies have suffered from corruption. 4 years ago, in the Danish embassy, there was some money left, and the employees of the embassy decided to do that in their own pockets. And then we have the Canadian ambassador, who was even sent back to Uganda. Then also the UN ambassador has been accused of some crimes. So the ambassadors of Uganda abroad are really showing a very, very bad image of Uganda.
But I know Uganda has many embassies. If there are some ambassadors that are not performing well, you've only reported about 3%. I think those will be resolved.
The ones in Canada were deported back to Uganda.
That is
the ones
normal.
in
That
the
is normal.
UAE
It happens.
were also found with gambling materials.
That happens, by the way, in diplomacy. Very many ambassadors from different countries have been sent back to their countries. Uganda is not unique in that, Dias.
Yes, but for corruption reasons.
That theme excited. We've had embassies trying to proliferate money, others even proliferate drugs, some moving arms, including European embassies that have been caught in Africa and in the Far East. These stories have happened before, and in the Middle East. So that happens, you know, altercations are there. But of course, the host country holds the right to accept or reject anyone sent to the mission. So we'll always leave it to the host countries.
Okay, gentlemen, thank you so much for the heated up debate and discussion. I'm very happy to host both of you here, Dr. Nico and Honorable Mohammed Nsereko Wekobe. Dr. Patricia Sewungu muted, she couldn't handle the discussion. I just need to pull her down. She couldn't handle the discussion.
No,
I had to leave.
I have no problem with our friend who is a Dutch citizen having interest in Uganda. Really, we have no problem with you. But of course, you must know your limits, your leaps and bounds, and that is what happens. That is why when everyone is trying to seek sovereignty, and I advise you, if your child wants citizenship of Uganda, the applicant should be the mother. Under the Uganda Citizenship and Immigration Control Act, you'll see that we have what we call the Uganda Citizenship Oath of Allegiance. And it says, I, maybe Dr. Nico or the child's name, if they are mature, swear that I'll be faithful and bear true allegiance to the sovereignty of the state of Uganda, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution. So help me God. It's something we swear when we are getting either second citizenship. It is part of the oath that you do take. For those Ugandans who have gone abroad and acquired other citizenships, you'll need to come back and naturalize. Otherwise, you'll have dropped Ugandan citizenship first and acquired another citizenship. So that is about the laws of Uganda for having dual nationality. Hope Dr. Nico now.
I will give also.
That is fine.
Yeah, I'll give Dr. Nico. I'll give also Dr. Nico a chance to give his closing remarks. Dr. Nico, can you say something? Your closing remarks.
Yes, thank you, Chairman Luega, for organizing this. And Honorable Nsereko, I don't agree with you on a lot of things, but I do appreciate that you are able to come here and have this heated discussion, because I think it's important we have these kind of discussion. And I know for a fact that Balan would not have the guts to come on such a live and ask and respond to any questions. So that one is good. And what I want to say, Honorable and Sereko, is when it comes to neo-colonialism, I basically agree with you. The way that I see the world is that there are a number of very powerful countries and they're pulling all the strings. And Israel is a part of that. So you and me, we agree on the fact that Israel is committing a genocide in Gaza and now even in Lebanon and possibly in Iran. And I want to remind you that the Museveni regime are allies to Israel.
Iran.
The
It's not
Museveni
called
regime
Iran.
are the puppets. You know what is the crazy thing?
It's called Iran, not
At
Iran.
this moment, wait, Honorable, this is my closing remarks. An honorable a Ugandan has more chance of becoming the Prime Minister of the Netherlands than Uganda itself. Because the Museveni regime will only allow his family members to be governing Uganda. Ugandans have nothing to say in Uganda at all. And sorry to say, you are just a fake MP, right?
That's fine. That's fine. That's your opinion.
Having financial incentive, you have a good life, your children are studying abroad, and indirectly, this is paid for by the Museveni regime. And that is a very sad situation.
Dr. Nico,
You are the
where you go
colonizer,
wrong,
not me.
don't worry, Dr. Nico, where you go wrong is you also forget that I was the best student in the years that I studied in school. So my children are not dense. So first have that from their own DNA of their father. And that I qualified to get scholarships all over the world to pursue my accolades in law. And that is a record that you cannot change, Dr. Nico, from my early childhood. So
yeah, I know you are very smart.
No. You don't know some things that I sit on the world's board for safety of artificial intelligence, and that it has not been the Ugandan government that has fostered me to be
But Honorable, you're just confirming my thoughts. You are an intelligent man that has been able to become useful for the Museveni government, and you're now being paid by that government.
By the way, Dr. Nico, there are very many
What
things.
kind of car do you drive? May I ask you, what kind of car do you drive?
Thank you so much.
Dr. Nico,
Honorable,
let me help you. I belonged to the part of the NRM. This is not something new. I was expelled from I was expelled from this party for refusing to accept resolutions of the NRM. So you're not teaching me how to oppose. I opposed before you opposed. I've been in this opposition directly against the president before you arrived. Yeah, it's okay. In your opinion, and I can see how sarcastically you laugh because you don't know that some of us went to prison as a result of this. We've been there. What you're talking about as new cost the life of the late Serena Nebanda. You're probably new to our politics. That when we were opposed, we were expelled from the party, and we went up to the Supreme Court to challenge the decision that states that a party cannot control you when you're in the House of Parliament, that you're free to give your independent view. So for whatever view you hold about me, probably we need to engage a lot more in discussion, and you'll realize that where I disagree with you, I tell it to you straight. I don't base on rumors and propaganda. And where I agree with you, I will say, yes, I respectfully agree with you. I'm not like the typical Ugandans that oppose, probably many sycophants in that party that you have. Some of them, the party you belong to, do not oppose with reason. They oppose everything, even what is good. So I'm not the likes that oppose everything, even what is good. I oppose what is bad and conform to building of my nation on what is good. Hopefully,
and
you
I do
understand
appreciate
that.
how you conversate.
So if that makes you think that by doing that, I'm a Museveni loyalist, That is your opinion. It's subjective.
Honorable,
But
are
I'm also
you
saying,
aware of the word useful idiots?
I am aware of it, just like
Yes,
I'm
so
aware of the
sorry,
word.
I don't want to insult you,
No,
but
don't insult me.
that phrase is applicable to you, because indeed you're intelligent and you're qualified, and this is just what Museveni needs.
Dr. Nico, you do not have to worry about that. Many fools have used that word to justify those that are more intelligent than them. It's not new. When a fool doesn't understand what you say, he clusters you as an idiot. But I'm better placed to understand what I'm saying. When I told the Ugandans in 2014, Dr. Nico, if you didn't know, in 2014, I told Ugandans that we shall have a new revolution, which we will call the Internet of Things, which will be the 5th generation of Internet, coupled with artificial intelligence. By the way, the interviewer who was interviewing me said that I was mad. He didn't understand that we were underway in building the large language models, which were now exhibited in what you call ChatGPT and others, which we call the open source. So it is at times true that a fool can call you a useful idiot when they do not exactly understand where you're coming from. But for my nation, I would like to say I'm uncompromisable for my nation and its sovereignty. These are two things. Whether it's Museveni, like you heard me, we had the Chief of Defense Forces who came out to say that Ugandans would support Israel. I'm here. I came out on RT Russian television, on Canadian television, and I said Ugandans are not fools to be used like mercenaries to fight wars of others. We are the chairpersons of the South to South, what you call the non-aligned movement at the moment. And we do not do that. He speaks for himself. So if I was a sycophant like others do, I would be following in their cohorts. I do not do that, Dr. Nico. I'm much better. I don't use propaganda. I use facts. Defeat me with facts, present facts. Tomorrow, Uganda is going to be producing oil. Tomorrow, Uganda is going to be producing oil. The Royal Dutch Shell Company has shares without presence in the Ugandan oil and gas sector, mainly in the refinery. You'll read about that, just like Total and Sinok. Do we deserve this? Yes, absolutely. Can we make better partnerships with people from Europe? Yes, in form of skill transfer, etc. But the arrogation to come and tell us that they will decide for us, just like what you're doing, I think you're daydreaming, my brother. The wave and window of slavery is long closed. You can enslave minds of those that see a white man and get excited. I'm not amongst those. I started with many of them. I challenged them.
If you come this side,
Dr. Nico,
I would like to give you my book.
Let me go ahead and tell you this. I challenged them in class, saw how stupid some of them could be, and they could not believe that a black man was challenging them the way they were doing. So think about that, my brother. Keep your good desires to developing Netherlands.
When are you visiting Netherlands, Honorable?
All the time I do because there is one of the innovations, and I can tell you about it. I'm part of the patent production of the person that has innovated the patent technologies of giving longer shelf life to fruits and vegetables, including flowers, without spraying them. So it is a game changer in this wave of value addition on agricultural products. Of course, Uganda exports a lot of flowers and some vegetables. I think we can do well. Netherlands is the leading net importer of avocado husk and other fruits and vegetables, and it's a distribution center. I think we can do well in having many Ugandans, whether they support NUP or they support NRM, and if we can foster their trade between Uganda and the Netherlands, I have no objection about this. This is what I want us to grow, improving household poverty. And I know you've suffered this yourself, that every Ugandan nearly that comes to your inbox is asking for help. I understand it's a bad mentality by our people. Is that true?
Yeah, it's true.
So it is something we have to work on the
and Dr.
mindset of
Nico.
our people, to tell them that when you see a foreigner, you don't beg. You can work for yourself, because some of our people have been taught that every Muzungu you find, just throw your family problems at them and keep begging. Have you experienced this, Dr. Nico?
Yes.
May God bless you.
Honorable Sereko, thank you so much for a great discussion. Dr. Nico, I want to thank you so much for attending this great session. And Dr. Nico, you said you want to face Honorable Baram on this same platform. Are you ready to handle him?
Definitely.
I'm going to look for Honorable Baram.
Yeah, because you know why? What Balaam does is gaslighting, right? Honorable Nsereko is not gaslighting. He lies now and then, but it's not gaslighting. Gaslighting is that you're lying and you know you are lying, right? And Balaam, for example, is denying most of the victims in this book. He is denying that the 18 people disappeared. So it's too easy.
You said you are going to offer Honorable Nsereko this book of yours as a gift when he visits Netherlands.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Yes.
Yeah. Dr. Nico, soon I'll be in Europe. I have a tech summit to attend in Spain. I applaud the Prime Minister of Spain, amazing guy. I hope and pray that I'll be having a meeting with him. I think he has been an amazing leader. I'm open. I'm open to discussion for sure. Meeting you is fine. I find you someone who is enthusiastic about what you want. I think you're putting in your all in all, not as many Ugandans do. Some are reckless. Some are in some of these missions just for asylum, for purposes of asylum. Others, and you know about this. I don't want to go into the details. And others have wavering commitment. Yours is unwavering. So I thank you for the passion. I've seen you. I really saw you on the matters of the late Segirinya. There is no doubt. You used to visit him. He used to tell me when you are coming to hospital. You used to visit him nearly every day. So thank you very much for having that heart that cares. I pray and hope that even others do share the same heart just like you have. I'm ready. Please pass on that book. If it's an e-book, I'm ready to receive it. Even if you want to give it to me physically, as soon as I'm there and I have your contact, for sure, I'll be ready to meet you. Where at Dam Square? You want me at Dam Square in the public? We can meet there. I've been in the Netherlands before, many times. Yeah.
Yes. Well, there's I'm
also a supporter of Ajax.
In Amsterdam.
Ajax Amsterdam. I'm also a supporter of Ajax Amsterdam.
Oh, great.
So, yeah. So maybe
I want to say thank you so much, and we close this
Dr.
discussion.
Nico, when do you want to visit Uganda?
Look, Balaam even invited me to come. And when Balaam invites you, then definitely you are not safe.
No, you're safe. By the way, Dr. Nico, listen. One thing you have to understand about Uganda, Dr. Nico, I can put my foot down. There is no one in Uganda that will hurt you. Absolutely not. Because
I will not even get past Entebbe.
No, why? You've been threatened like that. There are very many people that have spoken much worse than you.
I'm a foreigner.
Yes, that's why you'll need a visa to come to Uganda.
But I've invited you to Uganda.
We'll meet here in Amsterdam, Honorable.
No, that's fine. We'll
Okay.
meet in Amsterdam. But if you want to come to Uganda as well, no one should stop. I'll write the letter myself inviting you. And that means I will guarantee your security when you're here in Uganda.
Yes, you talk to Balaam. You write the letter together. It will be more
No, but why
convincing.
should I have to write to Balaam? Balaam is Balaam. I am myself. every Ugandan.
We are going to look for Honorable. We are going to look for Honorable Baram to.
Are you
attend the
scared,
next
Dr. Nico? Are you scared
discussion.
of coming to Uganda? Just a
Look,
second.
it's not about being scared, just like our president, Bobby Wine, is not scared. But you know, when you have a family, you have certain obligations. Even if I don't mind dying, but for my family, I am the breadwinner, I can't take that risk.
But Dr. Nico, the relatives of Honorable Bobby Wine are in Uganda. Mr. Nyanzi is around, he's living. All his brothers and sisters are in Uganda. And they are okay, and they are also members of the...
Sorry, they're okay. Mr. Nyanzi has been abducted several times.
No. Nyanzi's even filed a court petition again. He was
do
in court.
you remember that the son of Nyanzi was abducted? 14-year-old was kept at
I don't remember that.
Safe house,
but I can tell you, the son of Nyanzi, who was the former guild president of Makere, has
not that one. Not that one.
Has met the president many times.
I'm talking about his non-biological son.
His daughter is also in Uganda. They are all here. And Nyanzi is fine.
But honorable, the fact that someone is in Uganda doesn't mean that they're safe. Right? That is really a misconception.
Dr. Nico, why would you think that you're such important to the Ugandan security forces and that they have more interest in you than Nyanzi, who is politically active? Or do you know a gentleman called Rubongoya? Lewis. You know him? He's in Uganda. He has never been. Just a second.
Thank you so
he has
much.
never been arrested.
Thank God David Lewis hasn't been abducted yet, right? But
even one gentleman who is the treasurer of the party called Katana.
Yeah. But honorable, with this law, all of them are not safe, right? It's very clear that the Ugandan government wants to shut down the National Unity Platform. So please don't be so naive and pretending that these people are safe. They are not safe.
Are you saying they have been receiving money, these people?
No, I'm saying that they are not safe.
Why? They are safe. Lewis is safe.
No, they're not safe. Yeah? What happened to Alex Waiswa could happen to David Lewis, could happen to Nyanzi.
You think so?
Okay.
I don't think it can happen.
You are really very naive.
No, I'm not naive because I'm alive to the fact.
Dr. Nico,
that
I'm going to invite you again.
These two
next
guys
weekend.
have been there for 5 years and they have never stepped in jail.
I will invite you next weekend,
did you
Dr. Nico.
Dr. Nico, have you started some data science? Like data science, you know?
Yeah, no, I am a data analyst, right? That's so how I got involved in U-Vote.
As a data analyst, what is the probability that within 5 years, you have all the entire top leadership of the NUP having been arrested, and that some of them were never even charged in any court? Draw the data plots and mine that data.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a stupid question, but the chances are really high. Yes, it's very clear that Museveni and Muhoozi, who is basically in charge at the moment, and Salim Saleh want to remove the National Unity Platform. So the chances are pretty high.
If they had wanted to remove it, why didn't they stop it in the courts of law in 2021? Because
they're doing it bit by bit, right? They are checking how far they can go. In 2020, there was pushback from international actors. You know that in 2020, Bobby Wine was arrested in Luka. He was severely tortured. And because of international pressure, he was released. Right? So this dictatorship, every time they're checking how far they can go.
Why do you think, why would you think, Dr. Nico, in my opinion, that if you call it a dictatorship, and probably it has some traits of being a dictatorship, would not wake up one morning and say you're deregistered as a party? What would stop them? Is there anything you would do about it?
There's nothing that we could do about it.
So why would you
too
think that you're so great that they can't do it? No, I'm only asking Dr. Nico. Why would you think that you're so great that they wouldn't do it if they wanted?
I'm saying, Honorable Mohammed, dictatorships are not simple. We know everybody has different interests. Officially, the leader in charge, right? We know that he is not 100%, right? He is even thinking that we're in the 1930s.
Who
right?
did you say is not 100%?
Yes, that was what I was saying. He is old. Everybody knows that Museveni is actually closer to 90 years old than 81. We know that his official age is fake.
Dr. Nico, are you doubting the fact, in as much as you want to put Museveni down as an individual, you're trying to say that Museveni is not smart mentally? He's not an intelligent
he
guy?
is old. He is senile.
What is he? I can tell you he's not senile. I think you're absolutely wrong. He has not, if you put him on a test, he has not quoted dates wrongly. He has not failed to remember. He doesn't have Alzheimer's to say that he's senile. When you see him give his historical accounts of what he says, he is not someone that has lost his memory. I think when you see his
Maybe
strategic,
he needs to do a public clock test. You know, there is something called a clock test.
I think that's saagala kuga nti oba onafuyemu mu mutwe okuyimirira wano n'olowooza nti otudde ne Dr. Nico aga nti obwongo bwa Museveni bwa wansi nnyo. I don't think, and in my opinion, Dr. Nico, I think Museveni is much better than many leaders in the West, mentally.
Because
Mentally.
But
Dr. Nico,
thank
this
you
one
so much.
I can guarantee, because he has his own challenges, but mentally, he is better than many leaders in the West. And that is why.
Honorable Mohammed, what do you think about the Netherlands having a gay prime minister?
That is for the Dutch people to decide, Dr. Nico. That is for the
Dr.
Dutch.
Nico, you are opening another discussion. You are opening another.
We're going to continue another time.
Dr. Nico, I think that the Dutch constitution allows it. It is the pride of the people of the Netherlands to have him. They elected him. Just because I may not agree with his what we call sexual orientation does not mean he's not the choice of the Dutch people. He's the choice of the Dutch people, and we must
and actually, I think although he's gay, he's way better than Museveni.
I would like to say I do not think. And if you posed that question to Ugandans, they would rather have Museveni than him. You can pose it. Start with the guy seated next to you.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. Ugandans don't have
Dr.
anything
Nico,
to vote.
Start with the host and ask him whether you would rather have him or Museveni. By the way, for us as Ugandans to give us that, I don't think it would go down very well.
Honorable Seneko, thank you so much for a great discussion.
But I accept the people of Holland and in the EU, they have said that is the best out of them. So we must respect them. That is sovereignty. It's just like if you do not eat pork.
Seneko, would you come back for another discussion with Dr. Nico? I can arrange one.
Why not? He's a good guy. You can see he's a good gentleman. There is no doubt about it. There is no animosity.
Dr. Nico, would you come back? Would you come back here for another discussion with the honorable?
Yeah, definitely. And you are a good chairman, Mr. Lubega.
Yes, he has a. And Dr. Nico, even sometimes on my platform, you're welcome, or even on yours. If you say I'm welcome, I'll come. It's not that we have an altercation. I find you a very informed gentleman. We might disagree on certain points, but that doesn't make you silly. No, you're good. You're fine. You're good upstairs.
We shouldn't be enemies. We shouldn't be enemies because we don't disagree on some issues.
No,
But when
we
sit
only
like this
we
and
only have
this,
disagreements, but
because
we
these
don't have a
discussions,
conflict.
they are very helpful. They are very helpful to our people, and it also makes this platform to be fruitful and friendly when people see that Dr. Nico, who went to a car store and bought a red car and called it a people power car, can sit with Honorable Museveni Sibilungi on the same platform and have a discussion. That will make our people understand that we don't need to be on social media just abusing each other, uttering vulgar language, which is not useful. But when we come here and people are giving their own views, this is where I wanted to enlighten Dr. Nico. I've been a victim of cyberbullying by Ugandans. And this is where I also ran to lawyers back in Uganda, and I was asking them to sue some people who were bullying me on TikTok. But then it was the bill that Honorable Sibilungi was tabling that would help me. But if we have such discussions whereby Dr. Nico, you stick to your opinions, you stick to your beliefs, you think that this is the way forward Uganda should go. And the Honorable Sibilungi is also saying this is where Uganda should be heading. I think it's better. Thank you so much, gentlemen. It's
That's a second.
13:05.
I would like to request you to run a poll here and just say all those that have enjoyed this show, type the word yes, so that
All
Dr.
those who
Nico
have
is a happy
enjoyed
man.
this master and great show, type yes in the comment section. And we'll be back here one more time. And I'm going to be bringing Honorable Balam on the platform next time. He will be sitting in one corner. I saw you, Dr. Nico, chasing Honorable Balam from the hotel. You were so... I want to see Honorable Balam sitting with you on the same platform, because I've seen you chasing him in the hotel, like following him around in the hotel in the Netherlands. So I want him to come here. You have the same discussion. You ask your questions.
No,
exactly you did to
me, I
Honorable
even
Sibilungi.
want to come and we discuss from the hotel with Dr. Nico. And we make a live show together. I studied in Europe, so there is not what Dr. Nico does. I lived it. I lived and studied there. It's not new. These guys really share their views if they want. They express themselves freely. At times it's offensive, but that's fine. The laws of their country speak so. It's not something you could do in the Middle East. Dr. Nico knows that, or in Dubai or anywhere. But that also them, that's their laws. But I'll come, Dr. Nico, on any turf you want. We sit and then start.
Okay, thank you so much, gentlemen. I'm going to
gentlemen,
put you down, and I close this show. I'll be seeing you next time.
No, you can
so
call
Honorable
others.
Sibilungi.
Bye. You can call others. Have a nice day. No worries. But did you
Honorable
understand
Sibilungi.
the
Thank you so
sovereignty
much.
bill? Did you understand what
we understood what you explained, Honorable Sibilungi, about the finance and everything you told us. But we are going to go and do more research and listen to other speakers, what they are saying.
By next week it will be
By next week we will be... Okay, we will be back here. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Abali mu comment section mwagala kunsiibya wano kunsuzaano mugamba tolekeraawo baleke bagende maaso tolekeraawo. Honorable Museveni Sibilungi, thank you so much. Dr. Nico, thank you so much for a great show. You two gentlemen have put up a great show on this platform. I'm going to look for Mr. Titus. I know Mr. Titus is in Belgium, and I can easily get his contact. So I want to bring Mr. Titus to enlighten us more about what the Ugandan community and what the Ugandan leadership is doing, because Dr. Nico said he faced a lot of issues when he went for a Ugandan gathering in the Netherlands organized by Mr. Titus Seruga. I know Mr. Titus and I can easily get his contact and speak to him. Njamubaleetera wano, and Honorable Sireko, maybe he will come back next time, but I also want to bring Honorable Bala with Dr. Nico, whereby we have people asking questions and the other ones are answering. Ngateriawe mula. That is the beauty of TikTok. You meet honorables here, you meet Nope diehards, you meet People Power diehards, you meet NRM diehards. They come on the same platform without disrespecting each other. People leave the platform ngatiria ina bad blood chensingo okwagala ekyo nti tuvaawo nga tukkiriza tewali akyusiza munne nti gwe jangu mu kibiina kyange, but people are talking their views. Nga nebyoyogedde tebikusibya, you are not disrespecting no one. Togenda kudda Uganda weeralikiro bale bagenda kunkuba emiggo nalinga ku TikTok nga nvuma President Museveni, nali nvuma Muhoozi, nali nvuma Bobi Wine bannange enfudde. That is the problem with the internet. Ogenda okuva wano nga omutima gukkuba. Now I want such discussions where Honorable bambuuza ekibuuzo n'akiddamu, no n'abuuza ekibuuzo n'akiddamu. Wow, that was very great. Thank you so much. Njagala okwebaza abantu ababadde wano. Twatandikidde eri ku by'ettaka. Administrator was here, n'atusomesa. Teacher Lumbuye Fred was here, n'atusomesa. Then Dr. Patricia Sewungu was here, n'atusomesa. Then it came Honorable Mohammed Nsireko, n'atusomesa ku Sovereignty Protection Bill. Dr. Nico naye najja n'amubuuza ebibuuzo. Let me see, waliwo wano omuntu awandiise agambye Lubega oli wa NRM. Nja kuwa buloko. Like some of you, manyiti abantu abamu mwamanyira nga bogenda ku platform owulira omuntu bwasinkana n'owa NRM beewemula beewemuzine beewemula bwasanga owa Nuupu n'amwemula Jenny Bully ogamba otya muwala wange. And that is byakisiru nyebyo byakisiru. Ffe twakulira mu maka nga bazadde baffe bawagira Museveni. Era nammwe abantu abali wano eno gye wakulira bazadde bo bawagira Museveni. Nga gwe newo bagamba bannanga omusajja talina kyakoze nga bagamba yaleeta otulo tewalaba ku mmundu bazadde baffe tetwabatta. DJ Banazo bazaddewo tewabatta nga bawagira Museveni. Paka kati weebali n'obuyambi obaweereza. Naye nga gwe tomuwagira. Kati ekintu ekyo kyampa ekyokuyiga kingi ne ŋŋamba nja kuwuliriza buli muntu. Nze mbabuli. Nze maama wange ng'afiira ku Museveni. Ng'atujja nayo n'atutwala ku kkubo n'agamba leero Museveni ayitawo mugende ku kkubo muzina amazina. Nga tuwagala Besigye, nga tufiira ku Besigye. Kati Besigye yavaawo dda, wazze Honorable President Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu kwe tufiira. Kati abaana tetumanyi kiki bano ababafiirako. We don't know. Naye bazadde baffe tetwabatta. Kati bw'obeera ku internet wano ng'onyiiza ennyo soko tunulire bazadde bo ogambe bazadde bange mbatte olw'okuba bawagira gundi nedda. Bw'oba oyagala enkyukakyuka ejja kujja. Bw'oba oyagala president yaliko waali. Naye tetuyomba nnyo ku internet wano. Tebigenda tuyamba. Ebikyamu mubyogereko. Speak about the wrongdoings. Ebikyamu mubyogereko. Nyinza obba waayo wano ba honorable be nali nsinga okukkiriza mu honorable baba bamuyita Tinka Siimire alina honorable omulala gwe bali naye baali basatu nga babayita barebo ba NRM babayitanga NRM Rebo MPs babagoba mu parliament Honorable Kadaga yabayamba okudda naye abo abavubuka bali basatu be batuyamba okuleeta empapula ezatulaga nti Uganda erina amafuta. Ffenna twali mu Uganda nga tetumanyi nti Uganda erina amafuta. Bagayi baleeta Ssekikubo Theodore Ssekikubo baleeta documents nga ziringa mutwalo bweziti nga zigamba mukimanyi nti Uganda erina amafuta. Ssekikubo Tinkasiimire oba niyo yali owokusatu oba yali Honorable Muhammad Nsirika, I don't remember, but we was like in secondary school. Ne babireeta ne bagamba nti sebo Uganda erina amafuta nga ffenna twali tetubimanyi. Naye nga ba NRM ne babagoba mu parliament. Kadaga ye yabalwanirira okubakomyawo. Kyenva mulaba nga ba MP baali bayagala nnyo Kadaga. Ba MP. Kadaga alinga bwolaba bwendi wano ku internet nga ajagamba nja kuwuliriza nawe nja kuwuliriza. Ne kati mulaba ebituuse ku speaker aliko Anita Amongi babadde eri gye babadde Honorable Anita Amongi. Mao n'agendayo. Anita Amongi bayinza obutamukomyawo ku speaker olw'ensonga nawulirako nga bagamba oba Anita Amongi bamubaninga n'omubaninga bino ebyo bateekako envumbe n'ebweru nga gavumenti ebalamu egamba lwaki tulonda speaker atagenda kutambula ku representinga Uganda outside Uganda. Ekyo nakyo weekiri mu kibale. Bayinza okuba ensonga bakibaleeta Mao. Like, you need to understand how the world is going. So ebirowoozo byonna ebibadde wano ku platform by'abantu ssekinnoomu, temuli kyange. Bibadde by'abantu ssekinnoomu banaye temugamba nti wabadde wano ekirowoozo kyange. Bimuwulidde bibadde bya Dr. Nico, ebirala bibadde bya Honorable Muhammad Nsereko. She is coming back kati. Ekitegeeza Honorable Nsereko oli tiimu Honorable Anita Amongi. So Anita Amongi will be the speaker. Lwaki mpakanya ekintu kyoyogedde Honorable Nsereko mwabali wali ku source. Sobola wakanya kikyoyogedde. Naye nga we should have these discussions. Ziyigiriza. By the way, nti bano ba MP gye mukoma okwegoba ku TikTok ensonga lwaki mulaba abaana babavuma nnyo. Because they don't get an example of such a life. Singa bannayuganda batandika kufuna live bweziti. Njagala Honorable Nsereko tunoonye Honorable Balamu ajje Dr. Nika mbuze ebibuuzo nga bwakubuuziza n'omuddamu nga tomuwemudde, tomuvumye, tovuddeeko kubanga nakulabako ku live ne Bebe Kulu ne muyomba ne Bebe Kulu okufa ofine ngamba ne muyomba. Like, the discussion got heated. You're getting heated so much. Naye Honorable Nsereko, there is the way you kept your cool, nobeera ng'oli cool. Ate nga ne n'omwami ono ali cool. Dr. Nico was very, very cool. Ye Patricia Sewungu asibye omwana agamba ano sina byakwogera sijja bisobola. But that's it. Thank you so much. We will be back here for another live. Njagala tweyigirize nga bannayuganda. Mao will be Deputy Prime Minister. Naye Mao bamuwadde egenda kusigala wetya. Nga nawulizanga nnyo Mao ku Capital Radio. Nali mu senior oba 5. Oba nali mu senior. Ndowooza mu senior 5 oba senior 2. Twajjanga tuwuliriza Mao nga Mao agamba, let me tell you, the degree of madness, all people are mad, but the degree of madness matters. Fena tuli balalu, naye level y'obulalu egira. Nga Mao tumuwagira kuba ali mu deep. Nekati Mao is on the other side. What can we do about it? But tujje wano, Uganda bajjawo kye bayita political education. Mwabamu temwasoma ku political education. I was very happy and I'm very lucky nti when nali omwana omuto, omusomesa wange bali bamuyita Sakwa Eric. Oyo guy yali omukambwe nnyo yakubako Besigye nga agenze ejjinja. President Museveni yawaako Sakwa, Eric Sakwa, obwa RDC mu jjinja. Oyo omusajja yali omukambwe. Kati nnoze ye yansomesa. Yensonga lwaki mulaba nina composure n'amagezi gano. Sakwa yali musajja mugezi. Naye yali mu UPC. Nga be bavubuka ba UPC. Kati abaana b'Obote bwe bakomawo mu Uganda ne bezza ekibiina kya UPC. but Sakwa was my teacher. Yansomesa political education. Naye Sakwa yangamba ng'ekintu kimu nga tusomesa politics. Tonyigiranga muntu nga temukkanya ku kintu kye kimu. Sigala ng'omuwuliriza otwale weakness ze ofune engeri gy'omukubamu. Kati obuzibu bwe tulina wano ku internet tunyiga nnyo, we become so pissed off nga tosobola kuwuliriza muntu opponent wo. You can't listen to your opponent. So thank you so much. Buli abadde ku live eno balekamba siibule essaawa 7 n'eddakiika 20. Nja kuba nkomawo wano omulundi omulala oba onyumiddwa program eno. Ntaddeko wano live and people came. Nembaleeta omukuumu. So nja kudaanira onolaba nga ntaddeko live jangu nkuleete waggulu. Beera ng'olina byogenda okwogera nga birungi, towemula abantu, tobavuma, tobakkakkanya, yogera ebintu byo nga bigenda mu maaso nga biflowinga. Omukama abakuume yagaliza Munnayuganda munno ku lwa Katonda n'ensi yange. Bye bye.
Edwa ku district. Accountability n'atakolebwa mbudde. Omuntu asooka okuvunaanyizibwa abakaawo.
Yes.
Tukimanyi nti district ey'Emubende kati ne kaawo gwe tulina naye wa kiseera si ye muntu gw'ogamba nti omulimu baagumuwadde entebe agituddemu wakati. Bw'otunuulira abakozi ba gavumenti abasinga ne district zino ezaabaddemu obuzibu, abakozi abasinga naddala wansi ku mitendera egya wansi tebaliiyo. Mpozi nga kati nga meya waffe ayinza okuba abakozi bonna nga abayina, si be ba ward administrator.
Mwami Morisi gw'olinamu endowooza, olinamu okwekengera nti tuyinza okuba nga tuli wano nga tulowooza nti ekyasazeewo district kyerina okubeera mu kifo ki. Munnange nga si performance.
Si performance
mulimu mukono gwa kintu kidogo.
Kati ekikonde tekibulamu wano. Nze njagala okubuulira awuliriza eggwanga we lituuse abantu abagezi be basinga okufunamu kati.
Abagezi oba abayaayi?
Ekigambo buyaayi saagala nnyo nakikozesa. Kati abakujjukujju ng'akaana k'omusota, ng'akaana k'embaata ye olukazaala bwe kati embaata ye etambula genda mu maaso.
Eriyo omukujjukujju nga si muyaayi. Mwami Katuba tuga nti omukujjukujju abeera wakati w'omuyaayi n'omugezi.
Era tagambye bubbi, ekigambo bubbi takyogeddeeko. Kati n'olw'ensonga eyo mukulu Africa, njagala abantu baffe abawuliriza bakitegeere nti eggwanga we lituuse obutetenkanya bususse. Era saagala muntu akitwale nti ekyawandiikiddwa bannange tuli bubi nnyo, tuli mu 908. Tuyinza n'okuba nga either tuli mu 150 oba nga tuli mu 8.
Webale nnyo.
Kati akasembayo
mu bufunzo bw'ekitalo. Kasigaza nneemu.
Njagala omuntu awuliriza nakino akimanye bulungi nti abantu abakola ebintu bino, exercise zino, kubanga bonna abali wano bakulembeze, waliwo abantu be babuulira mu budde ne beeteekateeka nga nakitende n'abanga ebintu byonna byonna ebyetaagisa birina ku lunaku olwa assessment, kubanga abantu bano batunuulira nnyo biwandiiko. Buli kiwandiiko kyonna ekyetaagisa ne kibaawo. N'olwekyo nze kyenkubiriza omuntu awuliriza kwe kugezaako okutandika okwebuuza naye ddala wadde nga tuli ba 908 services zetufuna nga district zituteeka mu kifo ekyo ekye-908, tuyinza n'okuba nga tuli mu kifo kyawala nnyo.
Okay. Tuyinza n'okuba nga tukyaka abantu tuli mu 908
naye nga tuli wala,
nga twali badde namwe kya 10.
bino ebintu bya biwandiiko tulina n'abantu be batuulidde ebigezo nga tubamanyi nga be batukulembera nga naye teyatuula kigezo n'omuwa ekitiibwa. Kati n'olwekyo wadde nga tuli wano tukyawaana abantu abakoze obulungi, naye abantu abakoze obulungi abo bayinza okuba babadde ba mu laboratory nga bakoze bakole
nga bali genetically modified. webalire ddala nsaba bana akadde mbuzaida kikano ziringa mukaaga zabana byamizannyo ungamye yagala kusaba abantu kujja kusanga
mukuru Afrika bannaya
lwaki tobakunze ne kulu mukaaga
andika akati ku tusooka kwebaza twabakunga ku timu area yagwanga tukuba twali tukuba abatikitoka abo twakola bulungi nnyo nga timu shua ate mu programu ya Fendoza tuwuliddenga nti timu waka ey'omutindo olwo kino nziramu mbakubiriza nti mwenna abo abawulira radio shua abawagizi ba shua n'abawagizi bange mbebaza abajja ne kuluno mweyongere ku ndoza lujja kubeera lwa Sunday Sunday yaddi Sunday ja nti bajje tuyambe Matumbwe yadukidde bannange mu lusuku
bamugobya abawagizi
naye tumubude tumukomyewo
waromba defuuse mbozi mwezi mulamba nange kafuna nyambako
Matumbwe bajje abawagizi anti mukama wange anti abawagizi b'ensuku abalya ku matooke n'embuzi zirya ku biwata n'ente zirya ku biwata bonna abo lya tuyinza okutaasa Matumbwe tujje tuwagire shwa mukode mbagaliza weekend ennungi ne mukama Katonda abeere nammwe
webale nnyo mwami Sekamati sekedi sasata nti omukulu
mulaba namulabye omwana atuuse
ate munasinga Alexo wakumbula atuuse
omuntu akyanga omupiira mbakoola mwenanga 26 Matumbwe akitegedde Afrika kitegedde ntandikirawo mu mupiira mujje mulabe ekyafaayo
naye tojja tutiisa tetuyiba ogombolorayo wabere tugamba tojja tugomba
nkugambye mukulu Afrika ku mupiira bamanyi ndi boola webale okuwuliriza nga 24 mukama wange
ayagala kwebaka okero kati ajja gamba omulamuzi I want sleep I'm tired. Nayo mulamuzi afa ku Okelo. Mbukoti etuka ne bamubuuza nam Mr. Okelo, are you okay? Nze bannange Okelo gwensooso olaba mu ggwanga lino nga bamuvunaana omusango gw'obutemu. Nene agamba koti mbu teyeewulira bulungi. Koti neggwa. Kale you can imagine. Omwana ng'oli mu koti